Oh, there's the boot lid. There's not one smooth surface on it. The hole there, so I presume someone's pulled that up with a slide hammer. It's all bad through here. All this bog's got to come off. They've painted over the bog, bogged over the paint. It's all badly damaged along here. It's hard to see that, but I'm going to get all this bog off. This skin's coming off, same as the bonnet. Repair all that better than that and put it back together. You can sort of see how bad that is. Got a hole here and a hole here. Where's that hole? There's a hole there. There's the other one there. It's probably been pulled up with a slide hammer or something. That's pretty nasty there. So it's all the way along. It'll probably be getting picked off like the bonnet. Repair all that better than that anyway. It's going to need a bit of work, that, because it's pretty badly stretched. I've made a little tool just out of an old punch so I can get in and bust these spot welds without trying to drill them out. I just want to save as much of this old steel as I can. So I've been using one of these. Oh, that boot lid. Massive dent there. That is going to take some sorting out. It's all full through here. That's going to test me, that one. That's pretty good. I got to admit, that thing is buggered. Anyway, the thing was glued on all the way around, and it did bend it a lot. Getting it off, it was already pretty buggered, but yeah, that one's good. That one's going to, that's a beauty. Start slapping this thing into place, into shape. Pretty nasty piece. Just blasted up the worst bits underneath here. Over here, in these corners. So the rest of it I'll get away with that rust converter stuff. You know, if I didn't pull the skin off, you would have never knew it was there anyway. Anyway, just work this corner here, and it's brought that big woof out of the centre. Now it's only about that big. This edge needs fixed. I'll just work this way, work along this back edge, and then come down here and go back that way. But most of that big woof's out of the middle. It's only about that big now. There's a bit of a dip here, but this edge isn't done yet. So it's been about an hour on this thing. It's actually coming up nice. Got most of that big buckle, all those bad crap out of it. Still needs work. A couple of holes here, there's a little rust hole there. So I may just keep going with it. I'm much happier with that now. It just doesn't look like it's an elephant jumped on it. Just realised that these two holes here are actually factory holes. That's where there's a badge goes. It's on an angle. It says Honda S600. So they'll be staying. Okay, starting back on this little car. One of the things happened here. Probably lost control of it, gone backwards into a bank or something, and it's banged this, smashed this quarter panel in, but bent all this. All this is all bent along the side. Probably put a crease in there, and they've pulled that out. And it's pretty rough all the way along this panel. It's a little bit short at the top here. Fix that pretty easy, just hit it with a hammer. You know, it sort of needs a bit of a pull, really. They've put a back panel on, they haven't made this right. It's missing, bits of it are missing. So basically what I think I'm going to do is fix the boot lid first. This was attached to the, when this was attached to the car, that was all pushed in. Someone's had a bit of a go at fixing it, but they didn't take the skin off. So I've got to fix that, otherwise when you open up the boot, it's going to look pretty crap. All this is all bent through here. So I'm going to make this look like the other side for starters. Then get onto the skin. So I want to get the boot lid repaired, and I've got to make the back of the car fit the boot lid. Once I sit it on there, you want to have a nice even gap all the way around, otherwise it won't seal. And there's no way that's sealed. It would have leaked for sure. You don't want to have park your car in the rain and the boot fills up. It's no bueno. See here, this is that shape. This side here, it's steeper. That goes up and it's got a little kink there, so I've got to try and get that back more. Otherwise it just won't seal right. So I'll put a dolly in there and I'll give it a belt up here with a heavier hammer and trying to get that same shape as the other side. It worked pretty good. It come back quite easy, that. Just a little bit more dressing there, it's good. But I've already, you see there's a kink there. It's hard to see it on the camera, but there's a kink here. This was all bent back here. I've already straightened it, but there's still a kink going through there. You got to get all that out, otherwise, the skin sits on that, and you'll never get it flat. This has to be done right before you put the skin back on. Anyway, it's getting there. Now that's turned out pretty good actually. This side fits bloody good. It's better than this side. This side's, I don't know, might need a bit of fixing there as well. I'll just adjust this a bit. That frame's done. No, it's not finished, but I've got it where I want it. Just needs a little bit more dressing up. I'll just wipe a little bit of bog through there. Couldn't be bothered spending hours on it for no reason. Give this all a clean, get it ready. It's got to be primed, ready for the skin to go on it. I've got that side fitting good. It's going to fit pretty good, this. Now how the shape of this is the shape of the skin. Like the skin's going to conform to this, so you've got to spend a bit of time to get that part right. I'm pretty happy with that at the moment, so keep going. I've got that all prepped up. Just wiped a bit of stuff in here just to clean it up. It's come up pretty good. That's where I want it, so that's it. I'll flick a bit of etch primer on this for tonight. I'll finish sanding that tomorrow and get into the skin. I need a little bit there actually. Anyway, it's coming along. Right, that's all repaired there. But you really want this to be the right shape, otherwise it's just not going to seal. It's the same as over there, it's got to be right. So this is done, that's all cleaned up. Now this part's repaired. So I'm just going to flick some primer on it and a bit of putty here, and that's ready to take the skin. Right, there's that done. It's all where I want it. It'll rub down good. Realistically, you don't look at that, but it's still got to be done. It's got to be done a certain way. Anyway, that's the way I want it. That bit's done. Now it's back onto this thing, which is pretty much one of the worst panels on the car. I don't look at now, but it was pretty bad. On cars, like any car really, you always come across little things that take a lot of hassle. That's got a thread in it, like I don't know what it is. It's some small thread that you can see it on this side. There's a thread there, and someone's decided to put a self tapper in there, and it's busted off. So now I've got to figure around, try to drill it out, and re-tap it. And all these little things take time, and you've got to make sure you don't snap the bit off in there, otherwise it's impossible to get it out. Yep, got that out. It's good enough for now anyway. Looks like I've run out of time on this thing. I'm going to have to put it up in 2 parts. It's just taken too long. It's a big job fixing this thing, and I don't want to rush it. So it's nearly done, but I've got to go and look at a car, and I've got to go and have a shower. I just don't have time to get it done. And tomorrow I've got to go to the dentist. I've got to also go to the doctor's in the morning. So tomorrow's pretty much out. So Thursday I'll finish it off, and I'll put up the remaining part 2 in Thursday night. Anyway, thanks for that.